everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 86 Windcharger. Now, initially, I wasn't that excited about him after he was revealed, but after getting him in hand, I definitely have a different opinion about him. But our main goal here is to see if this guy is worth putting in your collection, and yeah, how about we take a closer look at him? So starting off in his robot mode, we can see that Windcharger looks pretty good. I think Hasbro and Takara really did a good job in terms of looks on Windcharger, but he does still have some issues. So, taking a closer look at his head, he has some nice light and dark gray paint around it with some blue in the middle. Looks pretty nice. He does have a lever on the back side, so you can make him look up in the air since his head is trapped on the inside. I thought that was a cool little feature to include with him. When it comes to the chest, he does have an Autobot symbol in the middle with some nice molded detail around that. Nothing too crazy with the arms, just a wheel on the shoulder and a door detail on the arm. And over here on the waist, you can see nothing too crazy, a little bit of paint right there on the crotch. We got some nice molded details on the thighs over here, looks good. And when it comes to the legs or feet, whatever these are, I don't think these are horrible, but they could have been done a lot better, especially on the inside. They tried to cover it up with the wheel by folding it in, but it's still pretty jarring to have such gappage going on in here, and I'm truthfully just not a big fan of curling these little pieces up. But really, aside from that, the backpack is non-existent. I think they did an excellent job cleaning up the backside of him over here. So, I mean, really, it's about it for him. He's a pretty good-looking robot. So when it comes to his accessories, Windcharger only comes with a couple things. So first off, he comes with a little blaster right here, and I think it looks pretty good. Nothing too crazy about it, but it is a cute little gun. So you can go ahead and stick that sucker right over here in his hand if you want to. So you got that. And of course, he also comes with a little magnetic blast effect. Now, this is from the G1 show. I'm not really too sure why they included this with the 86 version, but they must have had a little bit more budget. So they did include it. So it's pretty nice that they did include it. So you can go ahead and snap that sucker right into there. It's a tight fit. So you can stick it right there if you want to. But you also have a little bit of storage because if you flip them around, there's a little peg right here. So you can go ahead and stick this right into there. So you can hide it on his back if you want to put him on the shelf like this. So when it comes to the articulation on Windcharger, he can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around. If you want him to, he can look up in the air as well because of that little lever on the backside. When it comes to his arm, you can stick it up to a degree because if you go any further, it pops off the ball joint. So that's kind of sucky how that is, but it's not the end of the world. You can move it all the way around, no problems there. He does have a bicep rotation, an elbow bend, and this is kind of weird. So he does have a wrist rotation, but it's really tight in here. You can't really move it like this. You got to move it downward and then you can move it. It is on a ball joint, so you can move it, but I really don't like messing with it because it's really tight. So you do have it if you want it. When it comes to the waist rotation, he does have one. It's pretty good. And he can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. We love that. And he can kick out to the side all the way, which is pretty nice. He has a thigh rotation. He does have a knee bend, but you have to grab the entire thing because it's a tight hinge. So if you grab everything, you can make it do a little bend right there. It looks pretty nice. And you have another bend right over here with the foot. It does kind of get stuck just because of all the crap back here on his foot. But you do have that. Just make sure your little piece gets tabbed back in if it comes out. And of course, we do have some ankle rockers right over here. So you can make Windcharger stand any way you please. So for comparison, here he is with Bumblebee, and as you can see, he's just a little bit taller, but I think these two look great together. And here he is with Beachcomber. These two are about the same height, and they look fantastic with each other. Here he is next to a normal size Deluxe, being MTE Sideswipe, and I think they look great. And here he is with Ratchet with his toy hacks on him, so you can see how he looks with the Voyager. And here he is with 86 Optimus, and these two look absolutely phenomenal. So here we have Windcharger in his vehicle mode, and I gotta say, this turned out absolutely phenomenal. This is a really nice looking Windcharger, and I love the little proportions, man. These mini bots, I'm so happy they stopped trying to go realistic with them. They're keeping them very chibi and compact, so I love the way this thing turned out. And as you can see, he's got a little Autobot symbol on his hood, a lot of molded details over here. He's got all chrome on the bumper, and his headlights are not painted, sadly. He's got clear blue plastic all throughout his windshield over here. He's got little metal plates on the inside, as you can see. right there. It looks pretty nice. He's got molded details on the top. On the back side, he's got all black paint all throughout here. And then he does not have any rear lights at all, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. You look on the side over here, he's got painted rims, which look pretty nice. And he's got a little molded gas tank. Looks pretty good. Love that. You flip him to the bottom though, and yeah, you can see all of his robot mode. I tried to turn his head around, but it does stick out quite a bit just because of the way it is positioned. So it sucks you can't really hide it, but again, it's not the end of the world. It's not like you're going to be staring at the bottom that much, so you got that. When it comes to his accessories, though, you can stick his little magnetic piece in the front if you want to. You can just do that, so you do have that option there. And when it comes to the gun, you can stick it on the underside over here on his wheel. You can see there's a little tab right there, so you can go ahead and stick that in there. So you got a little gun on the underside as well, so he can shoot Decepticons as he's rolling through. So for vehicle comparison, here he is next to 86 Bumblebee, and I think these two look absolutely phenomenal right next to each other. And here he is next to Beachcomber, and obviously Beachcomber is a much longer vehicle, but I still think these two look pretty good right next to each other. And here he is next to a normal size Deluxe being Sideswipe, and as you can see, he is much taller because of his little chibi proportions, but I still think these two look pretty nice. Here he is next to a Voyager being Ratchet, and of course he's got toy hacks on him, but you can see these two look very nice next to each other. I think they're pretty good. And last but not least, here he is next to the behemoth himself, 86 Optimus Prime, and these two look absolutely phenomenal right next to each other. I think every 86 figure has been looking really nice next to Optimus, so I'm really happy with this. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers Studio Series 86 Windcharger? It's complicated, right? Like overall, I can say I think this guy is a pretty good figure. I think that he looks good. I don't like his legs. I hate the engineering and I hate the gappage on the inside. But aside from that, I mean, really, he does look good as Windcharger and he turns into a pretty good vehicle. But that price point is the sour note, you know, $27 for a Minibot Deluxe and it's Windcharger at that. Come on. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you guys to get him full price. There's just no way. I could kind of justify the Soundwave, right? Like, it's Soundwave. He was a pretty good engineered figure. He comes with 3 little cassettes. I still thought the $60 was pretty high, but it was understandable. But this, I'm going to have to tell you guys, go for a sale because there's just no reality where I can say $27 is worth it for him. I mean, just no way. If you're a huge Windcharger fan and you want to get this guy, you can go ahead and fork out the money for this, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. But if you are an average Transformers fan and you just don't care, I would skip it or just wait for a sale, honestly. And I don't understand why they want these price points because an average consumer, a parent looking for a toy for their kid, is not going to look at Windcharger on the shelf peg and say $27 is worth it. There's just no way. The groceries and everything are so high right now, and they thought $27 for Deluxes was a good idea. So it's beyond me why you'd want to cut that market out, but you know what? Go for it if you want to do it. So with that being said, I'll say this much for the collector's rating. I'll go ahead and give Windcharger an 8.5. I think that's pretty fair for him. And for the parents' rating, I'll go ahead and give him an 8.5 as well. I think kids will enjoy this guy. They might get irritated by the feet engineering over here popping out of place, but the vehicle mode is really fun and small, so I think they'll enjoy it. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys like the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It always means a lot to me when you do. And leave your comments down below. That's the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love Windcharger? Do you hate him? Or do you just kind of feel meh about him? So go ahead and leave those comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.